Within weeks of the Great War's creation, Donald Grump still refuses to organise a joint offensive of the Blues' rightful territory. So General Bluemont of the 5th BEF Division decides to wait no longer and orders thousands of his Blue troops to prepare for battle. The Blue Queen gives her blessing for the attack, even though the other leaders of the RGB coalition decide against it, claiming the attack to be stupid and unresourceful. So can the Blues win back what they once called home, or will they fail? Right guys, welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War. So in today's battle we're going to be watching as the frustrated Blue Army are going to march against the grey front line, which is right over here. Look, they're defending Blue territory, which used to be controlled by the Queen and all of the Blue Army. But this time it's controlled by the Greys, and we can see Field Marshal Greyvern right here. And he has organised his troops to make a long line of trench defences right here, and they're going to be stopping the offensive from the Blues. But it would be the RGB coalition, but Donald Grump, the leader of the Greens and the leader of the RGB coalition, has decided not to do it as a joint offensive. He's decided that nope, we're going to stay in our defensive positions. We've got them locked in good, boys. So this is going to be a battle just between the Blues and the Greys. So we can see right here we've got the 5th BEF Division right here of the Blues, which BEF stands for Blue Expeditionary Force. And we can see that the Queen and General Bluemont has ordered his troops to spearhead right into the Grey front line, and it is against the will of Donald Grump and Baron von Krasny, the leader of the Reds. But they've got no other choice, because at the minute it's not really an RGB coalition, it's more like an RG coalition, because they're not really taking much from the Blues in the way of politics. But yeah, this is going to be a really cool battle. I'm really excited to get on with it, and I do apologise for not uploading very regular. I am going to try and schedule my uploads from now on, so try and get a fixed schedule, maybe 2 or 3 Army Men of Wars a week or something like that. You have to let me know in the comments what other battles you want to see as well, because we can do some Rob's Realism, we can do some Star Wars, we can do Warhammer. So any mod really, just let me know in the comments and we can do all sorts of battles. Maybe start some mini-series, so do let me know in the comments. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting battle. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into the battlefield now, and we're going to watch this battle go down. Right, so here we are on the battlefield, and we can see right here we've got the Greys, the mighty Grey Army, and they've built this huge trench system right here, look. We can see it's very cartoony, very arcadey looking, but still huge. Just look at this, we're going to pan across it, look. It just goes all the way across the map. And the average trench usually goes in a zigzag, but the way the Greys built this one was more in a straight line, because that's how they want to stop them, you see. They want to stop them with as many rifles as they can. And we've got tanks, we've got some Grey Shermans, we also have some Grey cannons, they're a new addition to the Greys. And we have these Super Carl Thor tank things, they're giant train machines. And these are very, very powerful. I mean, I've shot a couple of these when I was testing the map, and it pretty much took out the whole Blue Army in one shot. So it's going to be really cool to see how devastating these things could be. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and press start, and we're going to watch as the Blues launch this huge, huge counter-attack. And like I say, whatever happens in this episode does affect what happens in the next. So this battle is going to be absolutely epic, because we're going to be having thousands of Blues attack this line right here. So here come the Blues, and we can see there's a vast amount of them. So this is kind of a revenge, if you think about it, because we watched as the Greys attacked the Blues last time. This time we're going to be watching as the Blues attack the Greys. So they're all marching along in this big old-fashioned line. I think they're trying to stay behind each other. That way if the guy in front gets shot, you know, that protects the guy behind. Unless it goes straight through his head, that way it'll take out 3 men at once. And I'm really excited to announce that this is now Rob's Realism. So we're going to be seeing a lot more interesting battles, because Rob's Realism is just a really kick-ass mod. And it makes the explosions a lot better, the rifles a lot better. So it's going to be really cool. So it's going to take some time for the BEF to reach the front line right here. You see that they've got a long way to go. They've got miles to cross, I'd say about maybe 300-400 meters. But we can see that the artillery from the Allies and the enemy, the Greys, has been pounding the absolute crap out of this no man's land right here. There's an explosion. Love the explosions. And I think we're going to be seeing approximately, oh, I don't know, it's about 3,000 men? Something like that, attacking this line. And we're not necessarily going to use them all in just this one battle. But that's how many men are being deployed against the Greys. Oh my god. That was so cool. Just bits of plastic everywhere, look. Oh, and again, not good. Not good at all. The centre's getting pounded the most. But we've still got a full left flank right here. You can see body parts falling from the sky. I love how they just don't care. They're just marching. I guess it doesn't really make a difference if they run or march. I guess they just use up all their energy if they just run into battle. Let's use one of these coal Thors against the Blues. Where is it? I'll show you how powerful these things are. I'm not too sure if they shoot themselves. I'll have to test it. There we go. What should we go, left or right? I think we'll go right because there seems to be more troops. So this is the Greys. They're going to use this coal Thor to shoot one shot. So we're going to go ahead and shoot there. I'm going to pause it really quickly. And we're going to go right here. Look, watch this. This is going to be so cool. Oh my god, it's like a mini nuke. It made my game lag. And I've got a GTX 1080 Ti. And not many games lag with that sort of thing. Can still see a lot of Blues on the right hand side though. Do excuse me if I do stutter sometimes. I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess it's the nerves still. I'm still not used to recording videos like this. Oh, the guy's just instantly stood up. Playing head, shoulders, knees and toes. I can see the next wave of Blues marching into the battlefield. I wonder how long it's going to be until they actually reach the trench line. It's going to be really interesting when they do. We can see that there is no rocket launchers for the Blues because they don't really believe in them, but they have got some AT grenades in some of the troops, so they're still going to be very useful against the armour. That's if they can take the trenches, that is. Like I say, I have no idea what the outcome is going to be of this battle. Just have a look at that horizon right there, look. I would not want to march into that. Could you imagine what's going through these little Blue soldiers' heads right now? See if any of the others made it. Oh my god, look at that. That's crazy. I think I might change the gore a little bit. Maybe turn them into like black charcoal or something. Just to give it that realistic plastic effect. The artillery is really stopping the Blues from getting close. But like I say, about 3,000 Blues. They've got a lot of men to spare. And if you've not noticed in the Army Men of War, all of the generals are very similar to the generals from World War I. They just like to throw troops at each other. So any soldiers that are just remotely getting close, they're just getting gunned down by these riflemen. And you can see there's a ton of riflemen. So many. Look at that, you've got the Robs effects right there, look. See how well the Blues are doing? A lot more men than the first wave, I must say. I think the first wave got mainly took out by artillery. I love that, sniper shots. And this is the beauty of Rob's realism, they can now shoot from here. Whereas before they'd have to get like within, I don't know, 10, 20 meters. Now they can shoot from around 100 meters. Or is that more 50 meters? Probably 50 meters. There goes one, there's 3 left. Oh no, there's 4 left. It's these Sten guys, they have the AT grenades. What are we doing over here? Got a lag there. That was the next wave approaching. We have got some MGs on the field as well. Not sure if they can get in range though, because I think they need to get a bit closer than the rifles. Using the rocks as cover, it's good. That's why I placed them. And all of these maps are made by me, so for those of you that are new to the series, every map that has been in the series so far, including the mod, has all been made by me. And when I say make the mod, I mean like the skins and stuff. Not seen any dead greys. Oh, we have got some in the centre. Wonder how many waves it's going to take to actually take all of these guys out. This thing right here is reloading. Should we see how long it takes to reload? Yeah, just over halfway. I really love these infantry battles. You have to let me know in the comments, what other battles do you want to see? Would you prefer more air battles? Maybe we do some navy battles? But I prefer the infantry battles. There's just something about them. They're just really satisfying to watch. That's amazing. I wonder when the Greys are going to be launching an offensive to try and take out Grumps' wall. I can imagine it'll be quite soon. And also, I am revamping the Army Men of War series, so we're going to be heading into the toy dimension soon. So there's going to be a little twist to the story, and we're going to be heading into a new battle map, a new story, and we're going to be bringing in Series 2 very soon. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a lot more frequent with my uploads. What are these guys doing? Using the machine guns now, that's just what we needed. Now this is what I call a frontline battle. You can see in the distance right there, look, the little heads of the grey soldiers, the little muzzle flashes with the guns. So look on this flank. Still a huge number of blues left. No idea what this group here is doing. I think they're all trying to cover behind this one rock. Could you imagine the TTSD in this? The toy traumatic stress disorder. Still exchanging fire. Not too sure how well they're doing against the grey soldiers though. Not doing well at all though. This is kind of a mission impossible if you ask me. You can see that the Greys have got the front line covered, and then even when the guys at front die, they bring in the reserve troops. A really cool design of a trench, and if they want to be out of the war altogether, they can just hide down here. And what we can do is let's take control of some of the Greys. I think we're going to send some Greys out on an offensive. So we're just going to take a handful of troops on the left flank and move the troops up. You guys as well. See if they can do any good. I do need to take them off and move it well. I have to do this and do that. There we go. They're more likely to start retreating though if they're outnumbered. Then again, that's kind of realistic. I'll do the job. Let's watch the action. See a ton more blues coming in. Artillery still pounding the absolute crap out of the blues. Not really affecting the Greys much though. They could have really done with a joint coalition in this. So if the Greens and the Reds were backing them, we could have had airstrikes, we could have had all sorts. So let me know in the comments, because we are going to be attacking this again if the Blues fail, but we're going to be attacking with more firepower. So what would you guys want to see attack this huge trench line? Kind of a super trench. Blues going prone. Using this terrain as their cover. Very smart. Not too sure if those guys are alive yet. Wait till the smoke clears. Only one survived that blast. Oh, another huge explosion. And the artillery is coming from further back beyond the grey lines. They've got some of the super artillery there. Should we use them again? Then they've got the tanks, which don't seem to be shooting at the minute. Well, I've got another round on this. Where should we shoot this time? I'm thinking maybe on the centre. Oh, another thing. I wanted to give a big shout out to Rumek for helping me out with the Army Men of War series. We're going to be seeing a lot more factions coming from it, especially in the new series that we're going to be doing. And also, oh, let's just shoot that really quick. There we go. It will get me. Didn't really do much damage that time. And also, if you want to follow me on Patreon, I am going to be giving the mod out very soon to any patrons that pay $10 or more. And that's just a way of saying thank you for being a Patreon. And then it will be released to the public eventually as well. But yeah, I am going to be releasing the mod on Patreon very soon, a download link to my Google Drive. And I'll be updating it constantly. Here comes another, God knows how many men, that's got to be a couple of hundred at least. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but I do live opposite a fairground. And they like to blast their music as loud as they can. Not too sure if this mic will pick it up though. So look how many Blues have died, they just can't get anywhere near. I mean, can we get a kill count right here? Let's do this. Let's get a kill count, so we want that one. That's the one. So zoom out, we can see all of the Reds that are the Blues. Do that again. That's a lot of dead Blues. Yeah, what else can we throw at this? It'd be interesting to see how many men it'll take to actually take these trenches. And we could even give the Greys a bit more defences next time. We've got all these build pads right here, so we could maybe build like a bunker, some more turrets, do all sorts. They are getting some of the Greys, so that's pretty cool. Really going for a big push here, look, they're moving up. How close can they get? It looks to me that they are getting gradually closer. Just going to take some time. Exchanging fire from the grass. Really trying their best to stick to cover. Not sure if these cannons are shooting or not. Oh my god, that cannon's gone green. We had this problem before. They must have had a green cannon and painted it grey. They're doing quite well now. Oh, here comes another wave. I have no idea how many men we've lost so far. I'm thinking around, what would you say, about 600 men probably, something like that. We've still got a lot in field. Got a cool machine gunner looking guy there, look. The blues are very limited on cover. And that's all they have to do. They just have to punch a line in this trench defense right here. Punch a line through it, and then they're clear to get to blue territory then. So further back there'll be a giant fence. I wonder if we can shoot this other gun. There's just something about these guns. I love shooting them. We can shoot it. Yeah, there we go. What should we have it? Let's try and get the ones that are coming into the map. Right, let's do this. Let's go centre. Because I think these things have got some range on them. There it is, there's the little dot. There goes nothing. Incoming! That was so cool. Oh, this disintegrates them. Got my words mixed up there. Like, disintegrate. This has just been an absolute slaughter from the start, really. Definitely a mission impossible. So we might have to call a full retreat soon, as there's not much more we can do. The Greys still have a full front line of men. Not really phased by all of the blue destruction. And the blues have got a lot more waves though, but we don't want to use up all of our troops. A huge offensive on this left side. I wonder if they'll be able to push them just on the left. If they can take the left, then they might be able to take the right then. Just need to put one kink in the grey front line. Maybe if we press this one, we can unclick the camera position like that. There we go. So now we'll be able to zoom in a lot closer, get a lot more action. That's better. Should have done this from the start, really. Oh, there goes another one. He's a goner. And here come another wave of blues. I think, shall we make this our last wave? I think we'll make this the last wave of blues. If we can't do it, we're going to retreat. We'll call a full retreat, and then I want you guys in the comments to tell me what should we attack them with next time. Or some of you could decide, get my words out. Some of you could side with the Greys, and you could even choose to put more defences up. So that'd be pretty cool. I'm also going to put a link to the blue Discord and the orange Discord in the description. So if any of you guys want to join a Discord and take part in the series, you know, talk about it and stuff like that, feel free to. God, it's been that long since I've done a video, I can't get my words out properly. It's only been 4 days. So we're going to make this the last wave of blues. Got a couple of guys right here crawling up. And how close they'll get. Really starting to lag out now because of the amount of dead bodies on the floor. Oh, I wonder what happened to those Greys that came out. Oh, they're all dead. Not good. No idea why these tanks aren't shooting. I'm kind of glad that they're not. Maybe they're preserving ammo. Because if they were shooting as well, we won't have many blues left. Yeah, there's just no hope here. They just can't get anywhere near them. The artillery and the huge firepower of the rifles. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. So we'll try again for another minute or so, and then we're going to pull a retreat. Because this is just too much for the Blues to handle. They're losing too many men. Too many men, too many men. There we go. I think that's another wave of Blues coming into the map. That's no good, because we're going to pull a retreat now, so I'm going to see you guys back on the battle map, and we're going to launch a full retreat for the Blues. That way we can save some troops for later then. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I will see you all on the battle map. So here we are back on the battle map, and we can see that the Blues unfortunately lost that battle. So we're going to go ahead and delete half of their troops, because that's about the amount they lost. You see, they lost about 1,500 troops. So we're going to leave the remaining 1,500 right here. I'm going to spread them out across the line, and I want you guys to decide in the comments what we should do with the remaining blue army. Should they focus on one flank? Should they wait for the greens? Should they wait for the reds? If they get permission, that is, from Donald Grump and Baron von Krasny. So what do you guys want the Blues to do? So let me know in the comments, because you guys are going to decide what happens in the next video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Oh, and please subscribe, join the Mighty Nation. Do leave a like on the video as well. Alright, see you later guys.